intelligence. You hear that term, like, everywhere, right? But what does it actually mean when you get past all the sci-fi stuff? Well, in the next few minutes, we're going to break it all down, and we're going to use something you use every single day, probably without even thinking about it. So, yeah, let's dive in.
All right, so let's start with something super familiar. You know this feeling. You're running late for something. You punch the address into your Maps app, and boom, it's already telling you to take a weird side street to avoid a traffic jam. A jam you had no idea was even there. How in the world does it do that? And how does it guess your arrival time like down to the minute? It's kind of spooky, right?
Well, that magic behind your navigation app? Yep, you guessed it, that's AI. But you know, that term gets thrown around so much, it kind of loses its meaning. So let's just cut through all the noise and get right to the heart of what AI really truly is.
Okay, I want you to forget everything else you've ever heard. At its absolute core, AI is just this: the science of making machines smart. Seriously, that's it. We're not talking about killer robots from the movies. We're just talking about teaching a computer how to learn stuff, how to spot patterns, and, well, how to figure things out on its own.
And the whole goal here is, honestly, pretty cool. The big idea is to build machines that can do things that, up until now, only a human brain could handle. You know, stuff like understanding what you're saying, or picking a friend's face out of a photo, or even just making a basic logical choice.
So to really see this in action, we don't have to look far at all. In fact, let's look at something most of us check like every 5 minutes? Yep, your email inbox.
No, seriously, think about this for a second. You get, I don't know, dozens, maybe hundreds of emails a day. How on earth does your inbox just know that this email from your boss is super important, but this other one, this ad for something you'd never buy, is total junk? So look at this. It's the exact problem the machine is facing, right? On one side, you've got an email from your mom. You definitely don't want to miss that. And on the other, you've got that classic Nigerian prince offer. Total junk. Now, you can tell the difference in a heartbeat, but there's no little person sitting inside your computer sorting through everything, right? So how does the machine know?
Well, it actually uses this surprisingly simple 3-step process. First, the AI just looks at the email, all the words and code and stuff. Step 2, and this is the really important part, it's been trained. It's looked at billions, literally billions of other emails that people like you and me have already marked as important or junk. So it's not just looking for one specific bad word. It's learning the vibe of spam. You know, that subtle mix of weird phrases, strange senders, and sketchy links. And then finally, step 3, based on all that pattern matching, it makes a super fast decision and chucks the email into the right folder.
And here's the key takeaway from all that. The AI is doing a thinking task. It's making a judgment call. Is this junk or not? That you would normally have to do yourself for every single email. See? It's intelligence. It's just artificial. Okay, so once you get how it works for your email, it's like a light bulb just flicks on. You suddenly start to realize that this same basic idea is working behind the scenes in like almost everything you use. So let's zoom out a bit and look at the bigger picture here.
Remember our navigation app from the beginning? That's AI, looking at live traffic and comparing it to tons of old traffic data. Or what about that awesome playlist Spotify just made for you? Yep, that's an AI that's been trained on what you like to listen to and what millions of other people with similar taste listen to. And of course, our good old spam filter. They're all doing the exact same thing fundamentally. They learn from a mountain of data to make a smart decision.
And this brings us to a really handy rule of thumb, like a little mental shortcut you can use. Basically, whenever a machine seems to be thinking for you or making some kind of decision, odds are that's AI in action. It's a great way to start spotting it all around you.
Okay, so let's tie all of this together with one simple, powerful idea. If you only remember one thing from all this, let it be this next part.
So at its core, what is AI? Look, it's not about creating a living, breathing, conscious robot. It's really just about teaching a machine to copy, to mimic, one very specific, very narrow part of human intelligence. You know, like sorting mail or finding the fastest route. The goal is just to automate one of those thinking tasks to, hopefully make our lives a tiny bit easier.
And that really leaves us with a massive question, doesn't it? We've just seen how AI can learn a pretty simple task, like sorting email. But if it can learn that, what else can it learn? I mean, what's the next thinking task that we're going to hand over? It's kind of staggering, but also really exciting to think about.
So hopefully that makes AI seem a little less mysterious. If this quick breakdown helped and you want to see more explainers like this one, you know what to do. Go ahead and hit like and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching.